We're starting to see semi-reputable gossip websites running stories about the thus far top-secret costume Gal Gadot will be wearing as Wonder Woman in the Man of Steel sequel, which we now know is actually a Justice League prequel called Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, because apparently Warner Brothers now chooses movie titles without ever once saying the words out loud. This can only mean one thing, that an official reveal of the actual look is coming really soon, and the carefully staged leaks are laying the groundwork with the fandom press and social media. In any case, the prevailing quotes from unnamed sources that started hitting the web last week broke in two directions. Half seemed to say that the uniform resembled the one worn in the video game Injustice: Gods Among Us, while the other half was talking about the J. Michael Straczynski short-lived gritty reboot of the character from Wonder Woman 600. Now, both sets of unsourced rumors could be completely wrong or misleading, but assuming for a moment that they aren't, they both have one thing in common: pants in place of the traditional skirt or bare legs look Wonder Woman sported for the majority of her existence. In fact, the main difference between the two is that the issue 600 version did that stupid 90s comics throwback thing where the hero wears a dopey jacket over their traditional uniform, as though their version of Kryptonite was, it might get chilly later. So yeah, my takeaway from that confluence is that Dawn of Justice— oh god, they're actually calling this that. Is that Dawn of Justice Wonder Woman is probably going to wear pants, and just typing that out already makes me want to crawl into a bunker somewhere and just wait out the conversation that's likely to follow. Don't get me wrong, I got no real issue when it comes to Wonder Woman wearing pants, at least not from a film critic or serious pop culture commentary perspective. I do have an issue with the stupid jacket because I think it looks stupid, and only Black Canary and 90s Animal Man ever made that look work, but pants, whatever. As a fan, I prefer the classic look both for the obvious reasons and for how different it makes her look from the other two members of the Trinity. The more things that set Wonder Woman apart from Batman and Superman besides just gender, that's fine by me. Also, in a meta sense, I think that her look being somewhere between a hoplite and a dominatrix is a meaningful acknowledgement of her canonical origin and the thematic origins built into her DNA by her original creators.
Submit!
But that's another show that I already did years ago. The bottom line is, so long as you can still look at this character and immediately know that's supposed to be Wonder Woman, or Batman, or Superman, or whoever, the costuming is of secondary importance. Yes, sometimes it's a huge relief to see superheroes turn up looking like their exact comic book selves because it's an indicator that the filmmakers have a real affection and understanding of the source, but in the final analysis, what's really important is that they get the character and make a good movie. And yet every time Wonder Woman briefly gets assigned a pair of leggings in the comics or other media, it gets trotted out as though it's either a fix to something that's been fundamentally broken about the character, or at least some kind of long time coming act of progress. Oh god, she finally got pants. I understand in the abstract why this is a thing for some people, at least I think I do. Bare legs and pronounced cleavage in female character design is more often than not a sign of said design being rendered in the service of the male gaze, and thus subjecting the character to a certain amount of objectification, and the pulling back of such overt sexuality is viewed in terms of a restoration of dignity, the pen and ink version of the hard-boiled hero letting the defenseless lady victim cover herself up with his coat, in a cheesy pulp detective story, Roxanne, you don't have to wear that dress tonight, etc. Okay, fine, there's a lot of sketchy cultural stuff to unpack there, but okay. Now, cards on the table, I'm not really a modesty guy. I think the taboo of the human form is a nagging leftover from the oppressions and superstitions of bad old days past. Let it all hang out, like the kids used to say. But even setting that aside, it bugs me that this tends to be the beginning and the end of discussion of women in comics, and games, and cartoons, and fiction in general. There's the germ of a positive idea in de-emphasizing a character's overt appeal to the male gaze in order to re-emphasize more vital aspects of them, but too often it feels like we do the first part just expecting that it'll cause the next part to happen. We need this character to be strong, empowered, and independent, people. Ideas? I'm thinking sensible footwear and a deliberately de-eroticized set of poses. And then it just stops right there. And however positive the intent is, that's still just reducing women characters to an appraisal of parts and visible skin. Remember, these are made-up characters who only have what you put into them. You can't just put "there's a brain above these" sticker over Power Girl's window and then not actually put a brain in there. Above all else, that's just using a facade of progressive modesty as an excuse for being lazy. Never mind that in doing so, you eventually brush up against the good old Madonna whore complex. Associating aesthetically overt sexuality with an automatic lack of development or agency is a little close to the good girls don't, bad girls do categorization. This isn't even a new proposition. Hell, The Handmaid's Tale even cautioned that well-meaning pushes to desexualize women in media could end up being de facto concession to old-world religious patriarchy. But that's a whole other show and I only get like 5 minutes a week here. Look, bottom line, this first live-action movie appearance of what is far and away the best-known female superhero who isn't the girl of a team or the distaff counterpart counterpart of a male hero is going to be heavily scrutinized, big deal no matter what. But if the first image of her drops and the conversation begins and ends at either, oh boy pants, that means everything will be okay, or, ugh, look at all that skin showing, clearly there's going to be nothing to this character but sexy posing, then we're just going to continue to screw this thing up. How the first big screen outing for the First Lady of Comics goes is important, and given the creative voices involved and the unfortunate case of the preceding film, this could go either way, really right or really wrong, but it's going to be decided by the script, the characterization, the acting, and the direction, not by how much leg you don't see. So let's all try not to lose our minds on this one, maybe. Unless they give her the stupid jacket. I'm Bob, and that's the big picture.